Well, the Batley Bulldogs may have revenge on their mind this afternoon. They welcome the Bradford Bulls to Mount Pleasant. It's Bradford Bulls live on Pulse 2. Mick, the game caller Gledel, and Ross, the reggae warrior Peltier, the call team here. And we're about to get time on. Bradford will receive first use of the ball. They will play right to left. They will go down the famous Mount Pleasant slope in this first half. We'll also keep you up to date with the round 6 fixtures. Barrow hosting Widnes, Featherstone hosting the undefeated Sheffield Eagles. It's Halifax against Dewsbury, and it is Rochdale, York and Swinton against Lee. So the Bradford Bulls line up once again. Pickersgill at fullback, wing three-quarter line, Foggin Johnston, Evans, Oakes and Ryan. The halves will be Lilly and Wildy. The forwards Bustin, Hallis, Crossley, Webster, Farrell and Wood. And on the interchange bench for the Bradford Bulls, John Keir's side this afternoon, Green, Kirk, Staunton and Flanagan. And immediately Bradford carry the ball outside their own 20-metre line, and it's Callum Bustin and that white Bradford Bulls shirt. Immediately you want to take it off Bustin and put it in the wash, because it's already caked in Mount Pleasant mud as Bradford, they're 5 shy of the halfway line on tackle number 3. It'll be Wood to Hallis, Hallis to Webster, Webster to Crossley. Crossley's brought down in a 3-man tackle on the halfway line centre field. The floodlights on here at Mount Pleasant, and Jordan Lilly is going to kick early in the count into space behind Scott and Campbell. Campbell will field the ball from his own 10-metre line, and that's a neat little kick there from Jordan Lilly, putting a bit of pressure on the Batley offence, because they're now going to have to come up the slope from deep.
Yeah, great first set from the boys there. You know, some good big carries from Busto, Steve. You know, we've drove them back into their 10, so yeah, I think the boys are really setting the stall out here.
Out of dummy half, it is going to go from Hemingway to Lillycrop. Lillycrop looking for options. Batley just outside their own 20-metre line. It's going to be a very difficult afternoon underfoot. We reckon there's not going to be many points scored this afternoon due to the weather conditions, and Callum Bustin in defence, so too Jake Webster. Last tackle, says the referee. It's going to go back to the Batley 30-metre line. Brambani will kick towards Pickersgill. Pickersgill traps the ball with his foot on his own 20, up to the 30, brought down just shy of the Bradford 40-metre line, 12 shy of halfway in centre field. Here's D. Foggin Johnston on debut, the former Hunslet, York and Doncaster man, a lot of experience at this level. Oakes in at dummy half, short conservative pass on the inside to Webster. Webster's brought down once again on the halfway line. The snow and sleet still coming down here, making conditions and handling very difficult as Matty Wildy shows and goes. Can't get past Sam Smeaton. Smeaton wraps him up on the Batley 40-metre line, and that's the 4th tackle here for the Bradford Bulls as it goes Hallis to Crossley. Crossley to Wood. Wood through a gap, through a slight opening. 4 Batley players bring down the former Huddersfield man just outside the Batley 30. Centre field on the last tackle. Lilly looks up, kicks ahead, puts Campbell under pressure. Just a little bit too much there, and that one rolls dead. It will be a tap on the 20 for the Bulldogs. 3 minutes gone here at Mount Pleasant on Bradford Bulls Live on Pulse 2, and it is the Bulldogs 0, the Bulls 0.
Yeah, I think we really let them off there. You know, pressure we're building. We had them coming out of their 10. We caught the ball on our 40. Same again, but sadly Jordan Lee's kick, you know, it's rolled dead. That's what we need to get better at our end of sets, and you know, that's really took the pressure off Batley, and they can have a 7-tackle set here.
Batley have yet to play the ball inside the Bradford half, but they'll be looking now with Hemingway, and Hemingway's come up with the error, and that's because Jake Webster's make himself 10 foot tall in the tackle, and it's a knock on 2 metres shy of the halfway line, and this will be head and feed to the Bradford Bulls. A largely positive start this afternoon from John Keir's side, and certainly this week's game against Batley is going to mirror what we saw last week against Toulouse, with the weather conditions playing their part. It's not incessant rain this afternoon, it's incessant sleet and snow, and Bradford so far so good at laying those early building blocks, the foundations that hopefully will stop the 3-game rot. Webster, tackle 1, brought down, 15 out from the Batley 20-metre line on the 5. Here goes Crossley, tackle 2. Hallis is calling for the switch play, finds Wildy. Wildy through the middle, just enters the Batley 20-metre line as the sun peeps from behind the white clouds here. It's going to go Hallis-Lilly, inside pass to Busting. Busting from 10 metres out is attracting a lot of attention. Busting towards the Batley line and is brought down by Downs and Lillycrop. It's a last tackle play for the Bulls. Crossley is going towards the line like an express train and the Batley defence stands firm. 5 minutes gone. Batley 0, Bradford 0. Good solid set there from the Bulls.
Yeah, awesome set from the boys there, and we chose not to kick and we chose to run it out, and they've got to bring it off their own line now. Massive shot from the boys. So, like I said, Mick, it's all about us taking hold of this territory and really dominating this field position, and we've started to do that perfectly.
Can we just say a warm welcome, Jennifer, listening in Spain this afternoon, Mark's in Portugal, and can we give a warm welcome to Rowan Smith, the former Bradford Bulls head coach. He's listening in Queensland, Australia, and congratulations, Rowan, on your side. The North Devils defeating the Burley Bears this morning in the first round of the Intro Super Cup by 28 points to 22. So it's always good when we get former players and coaches listening to the coverage. Once again, Batley, from playing the ball on their own try line, they've not met it inside the Bradford half, and Defogging Johnson, who returns the kick from Brambani, receives the first penalty of the afternoon for a high tackle. And this is a chance coming up for the Bulls here, Ross, because they're going to have a full set of 6 deep inside the Batley half as Lillis finds touch, 30 out.
Yeah, I think what we've got to see it as just a chance to build more pressure. If we score, we score, but if we don't, let Batley bring it off their own line. I told you how important it is to end the sets well. Batley struggling to get out their own half and ending these sets with really poor kicks, and D Johnson catching it on our 40 and getting a high tackle. So Batley just putting the pressure on themselves, and we need to just build this pressure, be happy to just camp in their half and make this pressure terrible because they'll be tired bodies.
Sam Hallis has gone towards the line and Hallis is going to score, but referee Manningfield was in the perfect position. He's going to stop the clock and he's going to give a scrum head and feet to Batley there. It was Conor Farrell on tackle number 1. Hallis, quick thinking. The Batley defence was at 6s and 7s. He scooped the ball up and went surging towards the line, but Dave Scott, a try-saving tackle, and the ball's popped out inches away from the line, Ross.
It's the conditions, Sammy's gone for dive from the line because he'd been a few metres short. I think it was in that reach that he spilt ball, and unlucky for the boys. Hopefully we'll just D it up and build some more pressure on them. 7 minutes gone on Pulse 2 this afternoon, and now Bradford have given away their first penalty of the afternoon for being offside inside the 10, and that is something that John Keir has been looking to focus on ahead of this game. He's held team meetings this week to address his side's discipline. I didn't think the discipline, Ross, was all that too bad, and as such an important factor in that defeat against Toulouse, because Bradford only conceded 4 penalties, but when you look at the recent games against York and Sheffield, heavy penalty counts against the Bulls, it clearly has meant John Keir has had to address the issue of discipline. I think it's not discipline as much as penalties, it's discipline as much as being sloppy, not doing the 1%ers, not pushing, not ending sets right, not playing to shape, players not getting it into shape for us to play off the back. That's the discipline we need, and we need to be ruthless with ourselves. Penalties, we weren't really giving up much penalties. I think people mention it, because we had 2 yellow cards with Jordan and James Green, but it was the discipline of being happy to see sets out, being happy to get to his kick, be happy to kick, chase long, and and do the hard work, and that's the discipline we need, and I think we're seeing that mindset has really come into this game today.
Batley are on the last tackle, 30 metres out from the Bradford line. It'll go from Hemingway at dummy half to Brambani, and Brambani looks up, looks towards Johnson, and Fogging Johnson will return the kick 2 metres out from his own try line, and now Batley are looking to pin the Bulls over on the far stand side. It's Evans on tackle 2, Hallis out of dummy half to Pickersgill. Pickersgill on the third, and he's rolled over 12 metres out from his own try line. This is some defensive effort here from the Batley Bulldogs. Fourth tackle gone now. We'll see Farrell brought down 25 metres out from his own try line, and they're going to shift it from Hallis to Evans. Evans' second carry in this set of 6. It is the last tackle. They're now 20 metres shy of the halfway line, under pressure. Lilly to Wildy. Wildy's kick will bounce behind fullback Dave Scott for the Bulldogs, and it'll now be Tomlinson who will charge the ball up field. We've had exactly 10 minutes gone. There's no score. If you're just joining us, Sam Hallis went incredibly close in the 6th minute to opening the score in here. It remains 0-0 as Batley move the ball over on that left-hand edge as Lewis Galbraith is brought down on the halfway line. And at long last, Batley now are going to have a play the ball inside the Bradford half as they look to move it in centre field. Yates to Everett. Toby Everett's brought down on the last tackle. 35 metres out from the Bradford line, just to the left of centre field. Hemingway to Yates. Yates once again puts a kick that'll bounce up kindly for Foggin Johnson. And Foggin Johnson will look to get past Paul Briley, and Tyler Dickinson's on that left-hand edge, and he'll take tackle number 1 on his own 20-metre line. Ethan Ryan on the second tackle. He's brought down on the Bradford 30. Lilly in there at dummy half. Finds Wildy. Wildy along the line to Oakes. Oakes can't get past Smeaton, and Smeaton wraps him up 5 shy of halfway. Good pressure building here for the Bulls, you feel, as it goes from Wildy to Wood to Webster. Webster twist turning in the tackle, brought down by Jack Downs. Looked to offload the ball out the back door but couldn't find any support, and that's the 4th tackle gone for John Keir's side. It'll now go Wildy to Hallis. Hallis to Busting. Busting down the middle, tries to barge past the 3 Batley defenders, finds Lilly. Lilly, high hanging kick, looking to put Campbell under pressure, and Scott, that's going to be perfectly weighted there from Jordan Lilly, and Dave Scott takes no chances, kicks it dead. Goal line dropout forced by the Bradford Bulls, and a deserved repeat set there.
Yeah, you know, Lily's got that end perfectly bang on. You know, it's just stopped dead in that bottom corner with all the wet weather. So yeah, he's judged it perfectly. I think that's a good set for the boys. You know, D Johnson, Ethan, Webbo, Oaksy. You know, all those backs getting us off to a fast start, and that's what we need. And you know, another great set for the boys.
Ian and Patrick listening on Pulse 2 in Bradford. Dave Bentley, Craig Hughes listening this afternoon also. And can we say hi to Kath from Ward 18 at the Bradford Royal Infirmary, enjoying the coverage. All the best, Kath, as Bradford, they force the repeat set of 6. Is this the moment they get the first points of the afternoon? It goes from Wood to Hallis. Hallis to Wildy. Wildy, short pass towards Busting. Busting doesn't want to get penalised for a double movement there. He's brought down a metre out from the Batley line, just to the right-hand side of the post. Back in centre field. Lilly combining well with Wildy. Wildy to Webster. Webster's had the ball stolen by the Batley man. He's appealing to the referee, but the referee's going to put the onus on Webster and say, you have the ball, you have to protect that at all costs, and a chance gone begging there for the Bradford Bulls once again. 2 chances, Hats and Webster, and Batley will have the scrum 10 metres out, Ross.
Yeah, you know, it's one of them, it's a wet, sloppy day. You know, Webbo's gone with the one hand, trying to make a step. You know, defenders pulled at the arm and the ball's come out, so rightly a knock on him. Yeah, it's just good to see the attitude the boys have got. You know, we're really working hard for each other. We're really putting pressure on this Batley team, and you know, hopefully we just keep this pressure on and Batley will break.
Latest scores elsewhere around the grounds, all 0-0 and scoreless, except Swinton and Lee at Haywood Road. It's an early try to the Lee Centurions, who lead Stuart Littler's Swinton Lions by 4 points to 0. Here, Bradford Bulls live on Pulse 2. Mick Gledell, Ross Peltier, your call team this afternoon. It is Batley Bulldogs 0, Bradford Bulls 0, and Batley have the ball. 4 tackles in from the scrum on their own 30-metre line. Certainly chances are going to be few and far between this afternoon as Paul Bailey juggles with the ball, but will take the tackle on the last. 40 out from his own try line. 10 away from halfway, centre field position. Hemingway in at dummy half, gets it to Brambani. Brambani under pressure, gets the kick away downtown towards Pickersgill. Pickersgill's caught in a crusher tackle. Referee looks towards Ethan Ryans, who's appealing for a penalty. Referee now looks towards the touch judges, says it's okay, and it'll be Ross Oakes who picks up the ball and is brought down on the Bradford 40-metre line. Ethan Ryan out of dummy half will make 15 metres forward. Surging now, their first real test for the Bulldogs, as Rhys Evans has come in from that far stand side. And certainly if you put a GPRS tracking unit on Rhys Evans, he goes through a lot of work and he's brought down just outside the Batley 30-metre line as it goes. Hallis to Wildy, and Wildy's dropped the ball. In fairness to Matty Wildy, it was a little bit low from Hallis, and Hallis immediately goes to Matty Wildy and apologises for the poor distribution, and it'll be scrum head and feet to the Batley Bulldogs. 15 out from halfway line. 15 minutes gone, Ross. We knew it was going to be tough. The players absolutely caked in mud.
Yeah, it's horrible conditions, you know. It's not the conditions I enjoy to play in, especially. But, you know, I think we're just letting Batley off here, you know, with slight little mistakes itself. You know, the weather is a massive factor, but, you know, we need to be keeping hold of this ball and, you know, we're just letting them off. I think we need to just turn the screw that little bit more and build a bit more pressure. But, you know, awesome start from the boys, awesome reaction, and you can tell they're really out for these 2 points today.
Jack Downs will play the ball on the halfway line. It goes from Hemingway to Yates. And Yates looking lively, looking to find some creativity here for the Bulldogs, as once again they're just going to decide to go down the middle with Tyler Dickinson, and that's tackle number 4 here on this set of 6 for the Bulldogs. It'll be a quick play the ball. They're going to shift it on the far stand side with Dave Scott to Campbell. Campbell's looking lively, but Bustin brings him down with Crossley. Last tackle here for the Bulldogs. 25 metres out from the Bradford line. Yates to Brambani. Brambani kicks, looking to put Pickersgill and Ethan Ryan under pressure, and it's safety first there from Brown with Keenan Tomlinson and Sam Smeaton bearing down, homing in on that ball, and now the Bulls have the bit of defending to do here, Ross. 0-0, 16 gone on the clock.
Yeah, great carry from the ever-energetic Johnny Campbell, and I think it's showing what Bradford have been doing here. We're getting our back line in and, you know, really energetic carries, getting us quick play the balls. The back three's been really important for us, and now we'll just finally see Batley to realise that, you know, the middles aren't really getting much yardage, and Johnny Campbell's come back on the inside and, you know, he's called havoc, and yeah, great set from Batley.
What will the Batley Bulldogs do here as Keenan Tomlinson is brought down on tackle number 1, 25 metres out from the Bradford line as it goes to Yates. Yates on that left edge finds Galbraith, and Lewis Galbraith is going to be brought down there by Hallis and Lilly, the 2 former Stanningley and Leeds Rhinos players, as Batley looking to put a bit of pressure on this Bradford Bulls line now. And it's a huge frame of Paul Burley. He's going to be brought down, 5 out. Lillycrop keeps it going towards Davis to Downs. Appealing for a penalty, the Batley supporters. Jack Downs was caught on the shoulder, but it was legal. Yates kicks ahead out of dummy half, too much on it. And Ethan Ryan, cool as you like. A lot of maturity on those young shoulders there. And Ethan Ryan's caught on the shoulder. The crowd appealing for a penalty. He's up to his own 30-metre line. He'll win the penalty. The referee's lost patience, and he will penalise Toby Everett and Tom Hemingway for not clearing the ruck. And Ross, just got to say there, that was a very difficult kick to deal with there from Danny Yates, but Ethan Ryan did well.
Yeah, he had the presence of mind, you know, put his body in a way to shield the ball from anyone getting it, and, you know, you could tell it just had a little bit too on it. You know, it's a great kick return by Ethan there. There's some big tight middles in this park, you know. Ethan and, you know, D. Johnson and that, they're really getting amongst them and getting some quick play the balls and winning some penalties for us.
Jack Belt says, after the Toulouse scoreline last week, I'm hopeful of a win this afternoon. Tom Hill reckons it'll be 34-14 to the Bradford Bulls. And Ian Savage, who's commented on the Bulls Live, says, can't see another win for a few weeks, but you never know this afternoon. And Bradford, 2 tackles in to receiving that penalty. Mikey Wood's gone without the ball. The chance has gone begging, and the pressure is off. And John Keir will make his first interchange of the afternoon as Liam Kirk will come on the field off the interchange bench. Well, as we said, Matt Diskin and the Batley Bulldogs have not made the best start to the season. 4 defeats from their opening 5 games, and Batley's form has seen them drop to 11th place in the table with just 2 points acquired from their 18-12 win here at Mount Pleasant over Rochdale. And John Keir certainly under no illusions that his Bradford Bulls side will face a desperate Batley team eager to prove a point to their coach and fans, which is something equally the Bulls will be looking to do. So from the scrum awarded to the Bulldogs, they're on their own 30-metre line and they're looking to get that traction and go forward in real filthy, difficult conditions here in West Yorkshire. Hemingway out of dummy half towards Lillicrop on that left-hand edge. Sucking in Webster and Hallis, the 2 Bradford defenders. Yates to Brambani. Brambani's going to kick early, looking for a 40-20, but it's gone straight down the throat of Pickersgill. Pickersgill meets Brambani head on and he's brought down on his own 33-metre line. So 17 away from halfway. Foggin Johnston's looking electric as he is on debut. His 3rd carry of the afternoon. Lily out of dummy half. No look pass towards Farrell. Farrell, the former Featherstone man, brought down 5 shy of halfway, and it's another penalty to the Bradford Bulls. Farrell lost the ball. The touch judge give the referee the nod. It has been stolen. 2-on-1, and Bradford's 4th penalty of the afternoon. We've just hit the 20-minute mark here at Mount Pleasant, and he's still scoreless, Ross.
Yeah, it's still scoreless, but you know, if you're looking at this game, Bradford have been completely the dominant team, and I think Jordan Lilley telling the boys to calm down. I think that's the right message. Let's not get excited. Let's not try to score off this little bit of field position we've got. You know, just keep doing what we're doing, and you know the game will swing in our favour.
Bradford inside the Batley 20-metre line. Wilde. Crisp pass into the arms of Steve Crossley. Crossley's brought down 8 metres away from the Bulldogs line, left of centre field as it goes now towards Webster. Webster trying to twist and turn. Can Webster get the ball down? He's held up over the line and Bradford will go back to the 10. So another close try-scoring opportunity for John Keir's side, and Webster going close. Races back. Quick play the ball. Bit of a mistimed pass from Hallis off the floor from Wood. Wood to Lilly. Lily's lost ground there for the Bulls, and they're 20 metres out from the Batley line. Back it'll go from Johnson at dummy half to Evans, and Evans is rolled over in the tackle. Last tackle here for the Bulls, 15 metres out, 15 to the right hand side of the post. Coming down the slope in the first half here. Lily's kick comes off Dave Scott, and Brandon Pickersgill has recovered the ball. It's 6 again here for the Bulls. Points coming, you feel. Wilde to Oakes. Oakes out to Ryan. Ryan's in at the corner. Super finish from Ethan Ryan. He's dived in. The corner post doesn't matter anymore, and Ethan Ryan has the Bulls' first points of the afternoon. It's Batley 0, Bradford 4.
Yeah, trademark finish from Ethan there. Yeah, you know, like I said, Enya sets well. Lily's put a good kick in. A Batley man's played it. You know, Pickers has scooped it up back to 1. You know, it was just a presence of mind, you know, hit that short side. Oaksy, great centre play, drew the winger, drew the centre, give it to Weave, you know, and he's finishing in the corner. And that's what I said, we just need to not try to score off every set like we've all kind of thrown the ball everywhere. You know, we got to his kick, and the look came from his kick, and the look came from his building pressure, and it came from his building field position, winning penalties, not letting Batley in our half, and that's what's coming for us. You know, as long as we keep doing them things right and we don't get bored of what we're doing and stick to this game plan, you know, I think it's going to be a good day for us. I think we're going to come away with a win.
Ethan Ryan with his 4th try of the season. Prolific, prodigious talent here at the Bradford Bulls. And Jordan Lilly right on this main stand touchline. The Pulse 2 kick predictor is giving him just 24%. It is right here on this main stand side. Millimetres in from the touchline. 25 metres out. He's got to contend with the sleet and the wind. This one's going to go close, but it's just going to go to the left-hand side. And it remains on Bradford Bulls Live on Pulse 2 here at Mount Pleasant. Batley Bulldogs 0, Bradford Bulls 4. And that will give the Bradford Bulls a lot of confidence, Ross, because they're going down the slope in the first half. They've had a couple of repeat sets, and now they've got something to show for the effort and endeavour.
yeah, you don't ever want to come down this hill for a whole half and not come away with nothing. And I think we've got to use it to our advantage and build a few more points on the board, because we know when the tide's turned and Batley start bringing it down this hill, it's going to be a difficult task for us to stop these big boys. So yeah, we'll be happy with how it's gone so far, and it'll give us hope not to get bored of what we're doing.
Brandon Pickersgill, a little bit of hesitancy there as Defogging Johnson appeared to call for the ball, but in the end Brandon Pickersgill shouted the loudest and he returned the ball to his own 20-metre line on the restart. Johnson on tackle number 2. Hallis out of dummy half to Crossley on tackle number 3. And the third tackle gone here, and Steve Crossley has carried Bradford just shy of their own 40-metre line. It goes to Kirk now. Kirk down the middle. The tackle's coming thick and fast as Liam Kirk gets a quick play the ball in. And that penalty, well, you can hear what the Batley fans think of that in the background. They're not happy. It's a 5th penalty of the afternoon to the Bradford Bulls, and Liam Kirk adjudged to have been held in the tackle, Ross.
Yeah, I think he's given for holding down. Kirk tried to play the ball. The man tried to slow the ball, play the ball down, and yeah, it's not worked. I think we've really got our edge on these middles, really. And Kirky's come on, Busto, Steve. Our middles have really staked a claim here against a forward battle they want really fancied to win. So yeah, great forward battle from boys.
Bradford then 20 metres out from the Batley line. Oakes on the second tackle. Hallison at dummy half. Finds Wildy. Wildy draws in the Batley defence before the offload to Crossley. The Bradford Bulls captain brought down 5 metres out underneath the Batley post. Wildy to Lilly, to Evans. Evans on that shift edge play is still 5 or so metres away from the Batley line. Hallis has spotted something out of dummy half. It goes to Farrell. Farrell on that right-hand edge. Back to Hallis. Hallis, can he reach out and score? Hallis has his back on the Batley line. The referee has a look and says he's held up, and this will be the 5th and last tackle for the Bradford Bulls. Lilly, it's going to go along the floor surely. He has to get rid of the ball, and Lilly just stumbles in the mud, and he's brought down 5 away from that Batley Bulldogs try line. And once again, we're certainly seeing stoic, hardened defence from both sides. We've had 25 minutes gone on Bradford Bulls Live on Bulls 2 this afternoon, and it remains Batley 0, Bradford 4. Ethan Ryan's try in the 22nd minute, the difference.
Yeah, but I don't feel they can be disheartened by that stumble and slip in the mud. We've making Batley bring it out of their 10. That's a perfect situation for us. We've limited Batley's opportunities. We've limited them really even seeing our half, and it's been great defence by the boys for this first half.
Bradford just moving the ball. So Batley just moving the ball over on the left edge, looking to attack Johnson, Farrell and Evans, as Tom Hemingway tries to make some metres out of dummy half. And once again in this first half, Batley last tackle still deep inside their own half as Dan Yates' kick is taken by Pickersgill on the full, and Pickersgill from his own 20-metre line, a bit of a mazy run in centre field. He'll be brought down 8 metres away from that halfway line. Bradford very much moving everything down the middle channel in centre field. Ethan Ryan on tackle number 2. Shift it on that right-hand edge. Here comes James Green, Bradford's second interchange of the afternoon, and James Green's going to be brought down 40 metres out from the Batley line. Hallis bullet pass to Lilly. Lilly drops the shoulders, pins his ears back, and he's brought down 25 out from the Batley line on the right edge, just to the right of centre field now as they shifted on that far stand side as it's ball's come loose off Evans, and Evans is adjudged to have lost the ball. Bradford's 4th error in this first half, and the chance has gone begging. A lot of positives, Ross, in this first half. The effort, the endeavours there, and I've certainly seen a lot more creativity and spark from Wildy and Lilly.
Yeah, it's like I said, compared to last week, I think Lily's really going to dominate the half-back partnership, really command where we're going, call where we're going, and Wildy's just going to play off back of that, and that's what we've seen. We've seen Lilly really take the game by scruff of the neck. He's doing most of kicking, most of shift. Yeah, we can be disappointed. A few odd drop balls here and there. That's really letting Batley off, really. But apart from that, it's been an awesome first half from the boys.
Bradford Bulls Live on Pulse 2. What a great win it was for Bradford City yesterday. beating Peterborough United at Valley Parade by 3-1 is perhaps the big escape from relegation on the cards. Don't forget you can listen to Bradford City against Luton Town on Tuesday night with Jason Thornton from 7 p.m. Here though at Mount Pleasant, we've got 12 minutes remaining in this first half. It's a bitterly cold afternoon here. Everyone in the thermals, the woolly hats, the flat caps, you name it. Last tackle for the Bulldogs. Bit of a show and go. The ball's come loose. It's picked up by Oakes, but referee Michael Manningfield will say that attacking raid from the Bulldogs has ended. It was Tom Hemingway out of dummy half. He got to halfway, and the referee has spotted a knock on there from the Bulldogs. And it will be a play the ball to Liam Kirk when play resumes. There's just a bit of a head knock there to Jake Webster, who's getting the concussion test from the Bradford Bulls physio. What would you like to see happen, Ross, now in the 11 minutes to half time?
Obviously, I'd like to see another try, maybe another two if we can in the time. But I'm just happy for the boys to keep playing out this field position game, keep winning this dominance really, and just keep playing how we're playing and not let up on Batley. It's been really hard for Batley to get out there on half. That knock on there is not what they needed on last tackle. They needed a long boot, and make us bring it out of our half, and they tried to run it, and it didn't work out for them. It's just give us more field position. I think we've really been dominating the game. Obviously the scoreboard's only 4-0, but that's what the conditions have made it really. So yeah, it's a great first half for the boys.
Jordan Lilly on tackle 2 from the scrum. James Green out there probing. Bradford 20 out from the Batley line, centre field position once again. Hallis looks for options. Finds Wilde to Pickersgill to Oakes. Ross Oakes is around, and Ross Oakes, what a try that is from the Bradford Bulls. The creativity there from Lilly and Manny Wilde. It was the dummy pass that sucked in Dave Scott and Jack Downs, and the gap opened up, and Ross Oakes, he didn't need to pass the ball any further out wide. In fact, he stepped in Dave Scott, and he's made the kick all that more easier for Jordan Lilly. The Bulls lead 8-0. 30 minutes gone on the clock.
Yeah, this field position and how we've played really started to tell. Batley looking really, really tired out there. And it's gonna take its toll. You're not coming out of yardage all the time, and like I said, Lilly a while.
Keep showing some creativity here. Well, he's going to have a big conundrum when everybody's fit and ready. Bradford have come up with an error on the restart. He's going to say Defogging Johnston has just knocked the ball on there, Ross. Scrum head and feet to Batley. 25 out from the Bradford line.
Looked like a Batley had knocked it forward, and Johnny Campbell's in an offside position, and he's made that tackle, so he didn't even see it when I knock on. I don't know, I think he just really made that one up.
Scrum to Batley, so Bradford have some defending to do. The closing 10 minutes of this first half. If you're just joining us, the Bulls going down the slope here at Mount Pleasant with the snow, the sleet and the mud, but they've got a bit of defending to do here as Lewis Bieniek is brought down just outside the Bradford 20-metre line, and the referee will point at Brandon Pickersgill saying you're offside, you're in the 10. So Batley awarded their second penalty of the afternoon. We've had 7 in total, and it's 5-2, the Bulls leading on the penalty count. The lead on the scoreboard, 10-0, as some stoic defence there from Lilly and Evans, they've actually moved the Bulldogs back towards the Bradford 20-metre line, so they've lost 10 metres on that play. James Brown out on the field for Matt Diskin's side as it goes from Brambani to Downs. Jack Downs brought down in a thundering two-man tackle. Liam Kirk, you can't see his face or the eyelashes or the eyes. It's just a face of mud and sludge as Sam Smeaton goes on a raid down the middle channel. George Flanagan's just come on the field for the Bulls. Batley, they're going to come on this right-hand edge. It's Brambani's kick. Pickers goal, safety first. Cool, calm, collected. More pressure coming up here on the Bulls' defensive line. But Brambani's kick has been dealt with, and the Bulls will defend again. 7 minutes remaining here at Mount Pleasant. Betfred Championship, round 6. And it is the Batley Bulldogs 0, Bradford Bulls 10.
Yeah, great set from the boys. Pick did well to defuse that kick. We're looking comfortable in defence in our good ball, and that's because we're so fresh from all the field position we've had. Batley are running that nice, brilliant kick there from the boys, and knock on from Don Brambani there. So, all that pressure's gone now, and it's time for us to turn the screw again.
Some of the Batley Bulldog supporters, they have their head in the hands. So too does Matt Diskin, who shakes his head and realises that pressure has just gone. Don Brambani knocking the ball on from Jordan Lilly's goal line restart. And Bradford, they will have a set of 6, a relieving set of 6, and it'll put a bit of respite on their defensive efforts. But certainly, wow, what an attritional first 40 minutes we've seen here at Mount Pleasant. 6 minutes to go to half time. If Bradford can get a third try, that would really put them in a commanding position. James Green makes 15 metres on tackle number 2. He's rolled over on his back by Yates. Flanagan out of dummy half, probing, finds Kirk. Kirk still going forward. Kirk, good leg drive. Good line speed here from the Bulls as it goes towards Lilly on the right-hand edge. Lilly to Farrell, back inside to Johnston, and Fogging Johnston's going to be brought down on the Batley 10-metre line. 5 in from touch. Back it goes to Lilly. Ball's been palmed backwards over his head. Lilly to Wildy. Wildy to Webster. And Webster's brought down on the last tackle. 2 metres to the left-hand side of the post on the Batley 20-metre line. They're going to go probing for Ethan Ryan. Wildy's kick comes off a Batley leg. Was it played at? The referee will say yes. And a crucial set of 6 coming up here from the Bradford Bulls because Manny Wildy has forced a repeat set. It was a clever grubber kick that was just perfectly weighted behind the Batley defence, and the ball played the man. The Batley player kicked the ball into touch, says the referee, and a chance coming up here for John Keir's side. Manny Wildy into the scrum. George Flanagan out to Lilly, to Farrell on the right edge, and Farrell's brought down 10 metres out from that Batley line. There's a bit of a deadly hush here at Mount Pleasant. Bradford looking for their third try of the afternoon, as we mentioned. They're going down the famous Mount Pleasant slope in this first half. They've got to contend with Batley in the second half, who will have the momentum coming down as Hallis is held up over the line. He'll go back to the 10. Flanagan to Green. Green brought down there by Downs and Lillycrop. Quick play the ball from James Green. Flanagan out of dummy half. The former Batley player tries to reach out and score, and he's a metre shy of the line, says the referee. They can't stop Liam Kirk. Liam Kirk, his first try of the season. Brute force, brute pressure. Kirk, the posts are shaking, but Liam Kirk won't mind. The Bulls lead 14 points to 0.
Yeah, it's Kirky's first try since 2016, I think, so we'll be definitely happy about that. It's come from a quick shower goal from George Flanagan and Sammy Alice out back of it. They couldn't really adjust the line, and Kirky just gone over. I think he'll be absolutely buzzing about that for the rest of the year, Got himself off the naked run already, so great set from the boys. And like I said, this pressure will start to tell. We want to get bored of it. With 3 minutes left, like I said, I want another 1, maybe 2 tries. That's another 2 tries on the board. So it's going to be 16-0 at half time. I think we're going very happy about that, and the way we've defended this half, I'm sure we're going to take that into the second half. And awesome first half from the boys. Perfect response I think John wanted from the work he's put in this week, and the boys are putting on the show. So I'm happy about this.
The Pulse 2 kick predictor at 99%. Lily from right in front of the post. Strikes in with the right boot, gives it an almighty hoof. No Don Fox moment here at Mount Pleasant and on Bradford Bulls Live on Pulse 2 going out across the airwaves. Also on the Pulse 2 app for our international listeners, it is the Batley Bulldogs 0, the Bradford Bulls 16. They've now scored 16 tries this season and they're looking to finish hopefully this afternoon with 2 vital points. And before the trip to Widnes next Sunday, they'll have played 6 and they'll be at 50%. So, 16-0 lead going into the sheds at half-time before Batley will turn around and go down the slope. We'll get the thoughts of Ross at half-time, but certainly John Keir will be absolutely delighted with his side's application and the spirit that they've shown out there in bucket loads. So from the restart, Hallis, Flanagan, Green. Green's brought down on his 40-metre line, and now Batley have conceded another penalty for a tip tackle there on James Green. Penalty count, Batley 2, Bradford 6, and that is going to see Jordan Lilly, fine touch, 30 metres out from the Batley line, and the Bulls, they've got 90 seconds on the clock. It's not the official timekeeper's clock, we must add, but they have 90 seconds to potentially get a 4th try in what has been a promising first half here. Flanagan out of dummy half as Green, who won the original penalty. Back to Lilly. Lilly's brought down, 18 metres out. 3 tackles remaining here for the Bulls. Just over a minute remaining as Wilde links there with Pickersgill. Pickersgill towards the Batley 10-metre line, and Pickersgill has just cuffed the ball after he's clattered by Sam Smeaton. So Sam Smeaton there puts the squeeze on Pickersgill, and the ferocity of the tackle has seen the ball squirm out in the mud, and the pressure's off. We've got 50 seconds remaining. It'll be a scrum head and feed to the Batley Bulldogs. So Ross, 16-0, it's still great position to be in here as the Bulls will then defend the slope.
Yeah, there's 40 seconds left. Unlucky by pick there for it to spill out, but, the weather's dictated that. Great half from the boys. We just see this set out now and be ready for anything, with the likes of Johnny Campbell and Keenan and Don Brambani. Anything can happen on this last play, but yeah, I think the boys will see it out, and it's been a very good first half, and John will be an happy man today. 30
seconds remaining. Although the hooter will beat the clock. There we go. It's not the official clock. Tom Lillicrop will be brought down by Webster, Hallis and Kirk in a 3-man tackle on his own 30-metre line. And the referee puts whistle to lips. There we go. Half-time here on Bradford Bulls Live on Pulse 2. So far so good for John Keir. More on that after full time here. We're on air till 5 p.m. this afternoon, and the Batley Bulldogs are just making their way out from the dressing rooms, and they're closely followed behind by the Bradford Bulls. And once again, the Bradford Bulls supporters here in big numbers, a crowd of around 2,000 to 2,500 inside Mount Pleasant this afternoon, braving the conditions. Ross, just quickly, we're going to be at the Challenge Cup draw on Tuesday night. Who would you like? Would you like Keighley if they can get past Distington?
Oh, I always enjoy a trip to Cougar Park, so that'd be lovely for myself. I hope we avoid if there's any amateur teams that get through. I don't like playing them. That can always be a banana skinning. I think it can be good for amateur teams, but I think we'd like to avoid them. So somewhere not too far as well. So as long as it's somewhere local, we don't have to travel too far. That'll be a nice little job. But yeah, Cougar Park or Rodsall, Keighley coming to Rodsall will be lovely for me. I'd enjoy that because it's a real occasion when both teams meet, really. So there's always something that goes on, whether it be a goose on the pitch to summer. It's always an interesting game.
The Keighley Cougars goose. Wow, that brings back the memories. Perhaps not a trip up the M6 to Workington Town and Leon Price. People, I can already hear you hitting the keyboards, mix of jinxters. But we're back underway. Jordan Lilly starts the second half, and it will be Batley who come down the slope. Incidentally, by my rough math calculations, the Bradford Bulls completed at 84% in that first half in difficult conditions, although this won't please John Keir at the start of the second half. A penalty for messing around at the play of the ball, but that will be a sickener for Matt Diskin because Don Brambani hasn't found touch on that far stand side, and Ethan Ryan will return the ball 5 metres shy of the halfway line. So what should have been Bradford under the pump, under the cosh, defending a full set of 6 from the Bulldogs inside their own half, they're now having to defend as Bradford, via Hallis, Lilly and finally Green, will play the ball inside Bulldogs territory. It's Batley 0, Bradford 16. 2 minutes gone in the second half as Farrell is brought down by Smeaton and Galbraith on this right-hand edge. Flanagan moves in to that dummy half position, attacks the markers. Flanagan's going past Campbell. Flanagan inside the Batley 20-metre line on the 5th and last tackle. It's going to be Farrell once again in at dummy half. He's going to put the kick behind. It's anyone's guess. Scott fields it, trapped in goal by Fogging Johnson and Rhys Evans, and the Bulls have their second goal line dropout of the afternoon, and crucially at the start of this second half attacking up the slope.
Yeah, like I said, Mick, it's all about we thought we went wrong last week not ending the sets well, and I think Don Brabani's put a lot of pressure on Batley with how he's ended his sets. His kicking game has been terrible today, and he's really put pressure on Batley. They've not finished no sets well, and that penalty when they really could have built some pressure on us is really just give us a ball back and look what it's caused now.
Fogging Johnston on debut this afternoon for the Bradford Bulls. If you're just joining us at the start of the second half, the Bulls scoring 3 tries from Ryan, Oakes and Kirk in that first half, and they lead by 16 points to 0, and they're putting Batley under a lot of pressure at the start of this second half as Flanagan once again out of dummy half, attacking those Batley markers. Hallis now there, finds Wildy along the line to Kirk. Kirk's going to be brought down 5 metres out from the Batley line underneath the post on tackle number 4. It goes back to Flanagan towards Mikey Wood. Wood's brought down, and the referee has his left arm raised in the sky. Last tackle for the Bulls here as it goes to Lilly. Lilly to Pickersgill. Pickersgill brought down as he dances into that Batley defensive line. And on Bradford Bulls Live on Pulse 2, it remains Batley 0, Bradford 16 as Matty Staunton on his 20th birthday comes on the field at the start of this second half. And I tell you something, Ross, this hungry, infused Bradford Bulls defence is certainly heeding John Keir's words of keeping it 0-0 for the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, the main emphasis, job on it is to dead stop, don't let no Batley players get big leg drive on us, and really try to push them back and minus, and that's what we've done here, and it's been great application of defence, and the boys are really putting their bodies on the line and stating a claim for the second half as well.
Matt Diskin looking on from the far stand side. He perhaps realises this could be a 5th defeat in 6th. Kevin Nichols, the Batley chairman's programme note, says it is his decision, it is his reasoning why the club is where it is, because Kevin Nichols has backed Matt Diskin in the acquirement of the players and bringing the players in the off-season to the club. A lot of pressure on Matt Diskin here at Mount Pleasant. As we said, we're up to round 6. And Batley, 11th in the table. Bradford, 8th. Could potentially move as high as 6th this afternoon. And following that kick from Brambani, Batley can't defend the Bulls to tackle 1 because someone's given a penalty on that right edge for holding Ethan Ryan down in the tackle. So the penalty count now 7-3 in favour of the Bradford Bulls, as Jordan Lilly will find touch and take the Bulls up to halfway. We've had 5 minutes gone at the start of this second half. It's going to be Matty Staunton. He'll meet Jack Downs and Tyler Dickinson on the left edge. Flanagan appealing for a penalty, non-forthcoming. Into the arms of Hallis. Hallis is going to be rolled over, 35 out from the Batley line, centre field. Along the line they'll go lateral. Ball from Wildy to Lilly. Lilly brought down there by Brierley. And Brierley's just going to try and hold Lilly down in the tackle for as long as possible before back comes the ball via Flanagan to Kirk. Referee urging Batley to get back on their own try line. He's lost patience now with Batley. Liam Kirk's held down and John Keir has 2 fingers in the air, and Bradford will take 2 points right in front of the post at the start of this second half with 6 minutes gone. And Batley's ill discipline costing them dear. The Pulse 2 kick predictor says Jordan Lilly has an 86% chance of success here and turning 16 to 18.
Yeah, you know, it's smart from the boys. We're coming uphill. 5 minutes in, we're really looking like we've brought that first half into the second half. You know, it puts it in 3 converted scores. You know, 4 tries really. So yeah, it's a good decision to take 2. 1 had back. I'll be 50-50 whether to try build pressure because the Batley do look shaky here, but you know, points on boards is always a good thing, and especially when you're coming up this hill. But I think I got to give a massive shout out to, you know, D Johnson and Ethan Ryan really getting our sets after them quick starts, and Brandon Pickersgill, because we're getting them penalties for holding down when they're trying to play fast. And I think what we're seeing is Bradford are really trying to play with a tempo, we're trying to play with a speed to his game, and Batley can't live with that really. They're just trying to do what they can to slow it down, and when on the flip side when they've got the ball, you know, we're getting men in the tackles, we're driving them back, and we're doing.
Jordan Lilly's penalty attempt has hit the post and gone dead. Sorry, Ross. So it'll be a dropout from the Batley 20-metre line. So the Pulse 2 kick predictor said Jordan Lilly had only a 40% chance of missing, and he's gone and done the Don Fox moment. Although we must stress it is difficult, heavy underfoot conditions here at Mount Pleasant. So Bradford remain 16-0 in the lead, and they're now having to come up the slope from their own halfway line. Could that be a costly miss from Jordan Lilly there, as Bradford on the right edge move it back to go to Hallas to Lilly. It's going to go back to Farrell, to Evans. Evans is brought down on the 40-metre line as Bradford once again pick up the intensity and the pace as Farrell goes out a dummy half, and he's brought down 25 out from the Batley line. 5 metres in from this main stand side. It's going to go back to Kirk. Kirk fronts up, brought down in a big tackle and challenge from James Brown. Last tackle here for the Bulls. Wilde, clever kick over the top, taken by Scott in his own in-goal area, and he'll be a tap on the 20 for the Batley Bulldogs, and Dave Scott's quick on the 20, taps it. It's a 7-tackle set here now that the Bulls have got to defend, and that's the 0 tackle, and Dave Scott has carried Batley 10 metres shy of the halfway line as Keenan Tomlinson on tackle 1 now on his own 45-metre line. Out of dummy half to Lewis Bienek, keeping it going towards Brayley, and Brayley's going to be brought down, and Brayley's lost the ball, but the referee says pinched. 2 in the tackle, and he points at Flanagan and Kirk, and the Bulls have some defending to do here, Ross.
Yeah, you know, it was a poor kick. It really should have gone to the ground instead of in air. I thought the man might have caught it outside and landed inside the in-goal, so it wouldn't have been 7 tackles. But yeah, look how much at end of set can really change a game, and Batley got great field position here.
Bradford defending on their own try line. James Brown links up with Bram Barney towards Yates. Yates is brought down 10 metres out, just to the right-hand side of the Bradford posts. As Bradford defending for their lives, they want to keep this 16-0 lead, and they've given away another penalty because the ball has been stolen once again. Batley claiming a try in the corner with Keenan Tomlinson over there, but the referee is going to say that it has been stolen. So 2 quick back-to-back penalties, and Bradford now defending back on their own try line, trying to preserve this 16-0 lead. Out of dummy half from Alistair Leake. Leake attacking that Bulls marker defence, but Pickersgill holds and stands firm. We've had 10 minutes gone here at the start of this second half. 16-0, but testing period here for the Bulls as Yates, bullet pass to Galbraith, and Galbraith is caught along the shoulders, but the Bulls are offside and inside the 10. So we've just seen 3 quick penalties given away there by the Bradford Bulls, and the penalty count now is 8-6. 14 as it goes to Brown, Yates, Barney can't get past Wildy and Hallis. Good suffocating defence here from John Keir's side. They certainly don't want to see their line breached. We've got 29 minutes remaining. 16-0 the deficit. And Batley now have gone without the ball. And Matty Wildy will recover the ball for the Bulls. And Bradford, they've kept their line intact. And I don't want to tempt fate, Ross, but 51 minutes gone on the clock. Difficult conditions, tough opposition. To still have that big fat 0 there next to the Batley name is great testament to this Bulls performance.
Yeah, I think it's testament to Bulls' performance, but I think as well, Don Brambani, he's not had his best game. His kicking game's been way off, and a few times now they've seen passes gone wanting or just gone to ground. And I think it showed how Lily and Wildy really took control of this game and bossed it from the halfbacks really. And the determination in defence the boys have got, that desperation we've got, I think we're finally starting to see it now. Jordan Lily with a kick, but it's showing uphill. The kicking is hard going on this pitch.
Jordan Lily's kick on the last tackle from his own 40-metre line, returned by former Bradford centre winger Keenan Tomlinson. And certainly Batley, a lot of strike out wide. Johnny Campbell not seeing much ball, so the wingers, centres, they're all having to move in centre field. It's a very contracted playing style from both sides, it must be said, but that's the weather that's dictated how the play is going to go. James Brown flicks it onto Brambani. Brambani can't get past Maddie Staunton, Liam Kirk and Bradford. So far so good on this set of 6. Leak out of dummy half to Yates, to Galbraith. Touch there by Evans. Foggin Johnson picks the ball up. The referee has missed that one. Foggin Johnston's been caught high. The touch judge looking on. The crowd appealing for a penalty. Johnny Campbell, something's happened to him in back play. He's limping into this Batley defensive line. And the officials have missed a high tackle there on D. Foggin Johnston, who now has Matt Duke and the Bradford Bulls physio staff attending to him on this main stand side. He gets the all clear and the thumbs up, and Webster will carry the Bulls 12 metres inside the Batley half. Flanagan, Wildy, Staunton, Green, Lily, good fast hands here from the Bulls. Out to Evans. Evans to Foggin Johnston. Johnston's just lost his footing on the Batley 30-metre line. An aggressive tackle from Campbell. Oakes to Lily. Lily's been caught late there. Here we go. It's on in back play. Evans gets up. Goes straight to James Brown. The referee has allowed play to continue. Unbelievable stuff here now at Mount Pleasant. And Batley keep the ball going. Ross, wow.
Nah, the referee's looked at it and I cannot believe how he's not give that. Most referees would give a yellow card for that because James Brown had no eyes for blocking a pass. He's absolutely cleaned out Jordan Lily off the ball. About 2 seconds later as well, ridiculous call there. How he's looked at it and said play on, I can't believe it.
Well, you've got to play to the whistle, and they're getting a little bit frustrated out there. Jake Webster's just had a word with the referee. Here comes Evans and Lily. They're going to bring down Lewis Galbraith on this left-hand edge on the last tackle. 30 metres out from the Bradford line. It's certainly heating up a little out there on the field. Brambani's shallow kick is going to be dealt with by Wildy, and Wildy just returns it up to his own 10-metre line. We've had exactly 15 minutes gone here at the start of the second half, so far so good. The Bulls, they've ticked off one of the tasks that John Keir asked of them, and that was to not concede in the opening 15 minutes, and it remains on Bradford Bulls Live on Pulse 2 this afternoon. The Batley Bulldogs 0, the Bradford Bulls 16, as Rhys Evans, the Welsh international, 26 years of age, carries the Bulls up to halfway. Flanagan probing in at dummy half, finds Lily. Lily's going to kick early in the count, looking to turn around Dave Scott. Perfectly weighted kick. Here goes Foggin Johnson, using his speed. Oakes on the left-hand edge. Lily's chasing up the kick, and Lily, like a Yorkshire Terrier, will wrap up Dave Scott 2 metres out from his own try line. And now the Bulls will hunt the error. The ball's come free, but the referee will say penalty to Batley because the Bulls were not square. 8-7 now, the penalty count.
You can tell he's trying to level up this penalty count, only because some of these penalties have been have been ridiculous, and I think a blind eye's been turned to certain stuff. I think Batley are getting a bit desperate here. You know, you're seeing men one out, flying out of line, and you know there's desperation on their faces. And yeah, it was a great kick from Lily, great tackle, and great work from Mark. And unfortunately, the referee's penalising, but.
Coming down the slope in the first half here. Lily's kick comes off Dave Scott, and Brandon Pickersgill has recovered the ball. It's 6 again here for the Bulls. Points coming, you feel. Wilde to Oakes. Oakes out to Ryan. Ryan's in at the corner. Super finish from Ethan Ryan. He's dived in. The corner post doesn't matter anymore. And Ethan Ryan has the Bulls' first points of the afternoon. It's Batley 0, Bradford 4. Hallis looks for options, finds Wilde to Pickersgill to Oakes. Ross Oakes is around, and Ross Oakes, what a try that is from the Bradford Bulls. The creativity there from Lily and Manny Wilde. It was the dummy pass that sucked in Dave Scott and Jack Downs, and the gap opened up. And Ross Oakes, he didn't need to pass the ball any further out wide. In fact, he stepped in, Dave Scott, and he's made the kick all that more easier for Jordan Lilly. The Bulls lead 8 points to 0. 30 minutes gone on the clock. Quick play the ball from James Green. Flanagan out of dummy half. The former Batley player tries to reach out and score, and he's a metre shy of the line, says the referee. They can't stop Liam Kirk. Liam Kirk, his first try of the season. Brute force, brute pressure. Kirk, the posts are shaking, but Liam Kirk won't mind. The Bulls lead 14 points to 0. Lillicrop keeps it going towards Davis to Downs. Appealing for a penalty, the Batley supporters. Jack Downs was caught on the shoulder, but it was legal. Yates kicks ahead out of dummy half, too much on it. And Ethan Ryan, cool as you like. A lot of maturity on those young shoulders there. And Ethan Ryan's caught on the shoulder. The crowd appealing for a penalty. He's up to his own 30-metre line. He'll win the penalty. The referee's lost patience, and he will penalise Toby Everett and Tom Hemingway for not clearing the ruck. Dave Scott to Campbell. Campbell's looking lively, but Bustin brings him down with Crossley. Last tackle here for the Bulldogs. 25 metres out from the Bradford line. Yates to Brambani. Brambani kicks, looking to put Pickersgill and Ethan Ryan under pressure. And it's safety first there from Brown with Keenan Tomlinson and Sam Smeaton bearing down, homing in on that ball. And now the Bulls have the bit of defending to do here, Ross. 0-0, 16 gone on the clock. Welcome back to Mount Pleasant. Bradford Bulls live on Pulse 2. Apologies for any connectivity issues. We're once again deeply sorry. We are at the mercy of the 4G network. While you've been gone, Bradford have defended extremely well. They've given away 4 penalties in quick succession before have conceded a penalty on the Bradford line for kicking out in the tackle. So we've now got the penalty count at 9 penalties apiece, and it's just getting a little bit toxic and scrappy out there. But I think that stems from James Brown's late hit on Jordan Lilly. That went unnoticed by the officials.
Yeah, I think from the boys, you know, there's been some late shots and Batley getting a bit desperate. I think the boys have got a bit fed up and tried to take matters into their own hands, you know, whether it's offside, flying up to make a shot, or, you know, high tackle or whatever it be. So, you know, the referee needs to take control of the game again. Now we've got a patch of, you know, calmness, I should say. Yeah, he really needs to take control of this game now.
It remains Batley 0, Bradford 16, and Bradford are up to halfway after their 9th penalty that's been awarded in this match. Farrell appealing for a penalty. Evans in at dummy half to Lilly. Lilly to Crossley. Crossley's brought down 5 metres inside the Batley half, and Pickersgill goes scampering away out of dummy half, just shy of the Batley 30-metre line. It is the last tackle for the Bulls. Great place kick there from Jordan Lilly. George Flanagan, Matty Wilde, a show of appreciation. That will turn the Bulldogs around, and they'll have the scrum 10 metres out from their own try line. And I tell you something, Ross, I almost said it tongue-in-cheek at half-time, but with Joe Keys, Dane Chisholm and Rowan Mills currently out, I think, based on what we've seen so far, if the Bulls can get the job done, you'd have to say Lilly Wilde have to start in the halves next week against Widnes.
Yeah, I think it's been an awesome showing from them, from what we've had for the past few weeks, and I think, like I say, sometimes maybe Lily and Cheese, they might clash because you always need one lead half-back. Lily's leading here and Wildy's just playing off the back of him, and it's really showing. Wildy's got plenty of experience playing championship level at half-back, and you never know, this could be a pairing that could go on for a long time. But yeah, I've been impressed from what the boys have done here, so yeah, it's been a great game from them.
Batley from that 10-metre scrum from their own try line. They're on tackle number 4 on their own 40-metre line. And once again, the line speed of this Bradford Bulls defence. And it's those young, homegrown heroes, Ethan Ryan, Ross Oakes, Matt Staunton, Liam Kirk, throwing the bodies around and more out there. They're on the last tackle, the Bulldogs. Coming down the slope, remember, they've not made it outside their own half. Such is the ferocity of this Bradford Bulls defence. The kick coming in that time from Dave Scott, straight down the throat there of Ethan Ryan. And here goes D. Foggin Johnston on tackle number 2, and he's brought down on his 30-metre line. We've just hit 60 minutes on the stopwatch, an hour gone here. No change to the half-time score of Batley 0, Bradford 16, and all those first points coming in the first half tries to Ryan, Oakes and Kirk. A real home-grown flavour to this one this afternoon. And let's not forget the positional change. Jake Webster not in his accustomed centre position, playing second row this afternoon, and certainly still out there on the field, attracting a lot of attention. Matty Staunton towards Crossley. Crossley's brought down on the last tackle, and Flanagan is looking to find Lily. Flanagan's going to kick himself out of dummy half on the last tackle. Dave Scott traps the ball with his right boot. The ball moves 5 metres lateral in field, and Lily and Flanagan were chasing it up, but Dave Scott just got there in time. And on tackle number 4 will be Lewis Galbraith. So a lot of pressure on Matt Diskin should they suffer defeat number 5 of the new season. They're not giving up the ghost yet, but the Bulls, they've certainly done enough in defence to stymie and restrict the Bulldogs' creative spark. Leak out a dummy half to Tomlinson. Tomlinson inches away from being rolled into touch, but he somehow managed to get the ball out the back door, and here come the Bulldogs now. James Brown fronts up, brought down there by Crossley, Lily and Flanagan. Last tackle for the Bulldogs. They're just outside the Bradford 20. Brambani to Yates. The pass has come off a Batley arm, and that's the 0 tackle for the Bradford Bulls. And the Bulls, once again, they keep the line intact. We've now got 19 minutes remaining on Bradford Bulls Live on Pulse 2 this afternoon, and it is Batley 0, Bradford 16.
Yeah, great defence for the boys, and it's awesome. I think Batley are getting a bit petulant now. You see Johnny Campbell feel swinging arms in it. It's not getting a nice sort of tone to the game, so hopefully the referee can get hold of that. But yeah, the boys are looking strong, we're looking confident, and yeah, great second half so far. Hopefully we can get some points on board now in this last 20.
Flanagan out a dummy half to Lily. Lily working tirelessly, looking for options. Short pass to Staunton. And I'm just looking as Mikey Wood takes the tackle. Lily and Wildy, they're communicating with one another, they're pointing, they're shaping this Bradford Bulls attack up, and they're on the last tackle. And here goes Lily, a kick behind for Johnston. Johnston, can he get to the ball? No, he can't. Lewis Galbraith just gets there, but Johnston will wrap him up, and he'll be having to play the ball 5 metres out from his own defensive line. And we're seeing a bit of a halfback masterclass from Matty Wildy and Jordan Lilly this afternoon, because Batley don't know where to look, don't know where to turn, and they're now going to try and build some pressure and momentum, just giving it through the forwards and the back rowers, and just coming at Bradford down the middle channel. Matty Staunton's lost his footing in defence, but Kirk manages to bring down Jack Downs. Downs gets the pass away to Brambani. Brambani will kick early in the tackle count, but Pickersgill well positioned to deal with the danger before he returns it into the maroon and gold shirted jerseys of Tom Lillicrop and Lewis Galbraith. And Bradford back in possession. 17 minutes remaining here on Pulse 2 this afternoon. Are the Bulls about to head to 50% for the season? Played 6-1-3, 3 defeats, ending that 3-game winning run as it goes now to Crossley. 10 metres infield. Mikey Wood. Last tackle for John Keir's side. They're on the Batley 30-metre line. Centre field. And once again, Jordan Lilly looks up, realises Dave Scott and Johnny Campbell out of position. And I'll tell you something, Ross, the body language of the players, great to see. All high fives, smiles on the faces. 16 minutes to go, 16 points the deficit Batley have to chase. They've got to do something about Jordan Lilly and the way he has a stranglehold and a control on this game.
Yeah, like I said, it's all about who dominates that field position game, and that's what we wanted to start doing in games because we haven't been doing it. Jordan Lilly's great kicking, great control of the field, and that's what we've started to do. I think the reason we look so fresh is because we've not really done much hard work. We've not really been bringing out our yardage. We had a few sets to defend on the line, but that's nothing we can't do, So we're going to be the fresher because we've had a lot more ball and we've had a lot more field position. So yeah, body language for boys is awesome, and Batley looking a bit dejected now and looking for an answer from somebody, and they're just not coming up with it.
The Bradford supporters to our right in fine voice behind the sticks, as we said. Bradford in the first half went down the Mount Pleasant slope and scored tries through Ryan Oakes and Kirk, and they led 16-0. We've had no score in this second half, although Jordan Lilly did miss a 47th minute penalty from in front of the post. It hit the right hand upright, went dead, and Batley had to drop out from their own 20-metre line. Here are the Bulldogs. They're on the last tackle, 30 metres out from the Bradford line, and that is great defence from Jake Webster. He homes in on his man, Sam Smeaton, drags him down by the shirt collar, and Bradford will play the ball from their own 25-metre line, and it's going to be Wildy in at dummy half. Wildy now to Ryan. Ryan on tackle number 2. There's an excited Bull supporter to our left enjoying the game here at Mount Pleasant. We've got 14 minutes remaining here. A famous win. It'll probably be for the Bulls. The Bulldogs, let me tell you, they've not been nilled going down the slope for 7 years. That's how much a performance this will be from the Bradford Bulls. As Lilly combines with Connor Farrell to find Reece Evans. Evans is brought down 12 metres in from this main stand side. They're 30 out from the Batley line as Matty Staunton is brought down in a free-man tackle. And this is where fatigue and tired limbs start to take its toll in the Mount Pleasant mud. Lilly on the last tackle dropped the shoulder. He was trying to pirouette his way past Alistair Leake, but it was a try-saving tackle there from Paul Braley, the second row forward for the Bulldogs, who really had to make that tackle, Ross, because I know it's ankle-deep mud, but Lilly's away there.
Oh yeah, he's away under 6 there. It's a great tackle. It was a great contact, and tackle that we needed to make, and that's the answer they need to come up with on Jordan Lilly. So first bad end he's had, really, but he's sitting there 20, so we can afford to do that. So yeah, it's all right.
Alistair Leake out of dummy half to Gledhill, and Lewis Beanick back out there on the field. And what have Batley got left? Because there's 13 minutes remaining on the clock here. They're trailed by 3 tries. And it has to be said, despite a period in the midway point of the second half, they've not really had any pressure whatsoever on this Bradford line. Perhaps that's about to change now with James Brown, as Brown's brought down on the Bradford 30-metre line. Last tackle, he's lost the ball. James Brown's just thrown the ball in the air there. He's milked the penalty. The referee's bought it, and Bradford now have to defend a fresh set of 6. So the 10th penalty the Bulls have conceded in this match this afternoon, and they now have to defend like their lives depend on it. Johnny Campbell's away towards the line, pass on the inside, and Danny Yates is going to score for the Bulldogs, and the Bulldogs, they're back in this one. Bradford's defensive resolve is broken in the 68th minute. 12 minutes remain, 16 points to 4, and Dave Scott is calling for the kicking tee.
A ridiculous penalty in the first place. You can see how James Brown's had zero control of that ball, and he's knocked it off Sam Ellis's back. I don't know what happened there, but the penalty's gone. We had 2 1-on-1 chances to defuse that. You know, I think Conor Farrell's missed a tackle there on the man going through. And, you know, Picker's had a chance to clean up Johnny Campbell and he's not, and he's got the offload. So, you know, 2 missed tackles and it's brought Batley back into this game. And I think we just need to get back to doing what we're doing. And there's 10 minutes left. I can't see Batley picking up another 10 points. But they're going to be full of energy now and they're going to be fully energised. So, yeah, the boys have just got to dig deep and stick it out now. And, you know, we need to get some points up on ourselves and that really settle his nerves.
Dave Scott converts from in front of the post. Bradford Bulls live on Pulse 2. The gap is still 10 points. It's Batley 6, Bradford 16. Batley have scored the first points of the second half. And the latest scores elsewhere in the Betfred Championship. It's Barrow 4, Widnes 10, Featherstone 16, Sheffield 14. It's Halifax 20, Dewsbury 0, and it's Swinton 6, Lee 26. And the latest score at Cougar Park, it is Keighley Cougars 14, Distington 8. So, Keighley not home and hosed, and in the Coral 4th round draw of the Challenge Cup. Batley on the restart, they're up to halfway on this left edge, leaking at dummy half, appealing for another penalty. We'll find Yates, the Bulldogs try scorer, to Brambani, to Scott over on that right hand edge. The Bulldogs will be right in front of that Glenn Tomlinson stand. What a great servant he was for the Bradford Bulls. Certainly one of a number of players, as the Bulldogs have not given this one up yet. Over on that right hand edge as Smeaton's pass to Tomlinson. We'll see the former Bradford winger brought down 20 metres out on the 5th and last tackle. James Brown, a high hanging kick. Tester for Jordan Lilly, is it? Brandon Picker's goal indeed, and he will take that from the clouds, and he's going to be brought down a metre inside the field of play. Lilly's in there at dummy half, asking for a penalty, non-forthcoming from the referee, and there's 10 minutes to go, Ross, and all of a sudden I'm just seeing a little bit of caginess in the Bulls play.
Yeah, you know, it's to be assumed. You know, Batley have scored and they're full of energy. They've got a new lease of life, really, and they're looking for everything where they can get it. Yeah, it's just for us to weather this storm. You know, there's 9 minutes left. I reckon with this clock, there's about 8 minutes left, and you know, we just got to see us set out, get to a good end, just whack it as far down the field as we can, and we'll be all right.
Webster to Oakes on that left edge. Bradford on the last tackle. They're only on their own 30 metre line. Manny Wilder on the last, straight down the throat of Lewis Galbraith. Galbraith will take that one on his own 30. He'll advance 20 metres forward into the Bradford half, and now Steve Crossley is going to be penalised for a dangerous turn there on Lewis Galbraith, and the referee will stop the clock and he'll have a word with the Bradford skipper. So Bradford have conceded in this second half, Ross, if my math's correct, 8 penalties.
Yeah, and I think that's just been him trying to even up the penalty count. I think from the first half, from James Brown's tackle to the Crusher tackle on Brandon Picker's goal to Johnny Campbell, a number of high shots he's put on. You know, there could have been so many penalties that could have been given for Batley that he's kind of turned a blind eye to. I don't know whether he think, you know, they're under the cosh, 16-0 down, penalty count highly in Bradford favour. I think he's trying to make it more of an even kill, and he's made it more uneven by doing that. But you know, it's more pressure for the boys, and it's going to show character when we defend it and don't let them score. So hopefully that's what we do.
Bradford are on the team warning, and deservedly so. As we said, they've conceded 8 penalties in this second half. It's Batley 6, Bradford 16. A real battle royal developing here in the mud at Mount Pleasant. And Batley are inside the Bradford 10. Towards the line they'll go with Tom Lillicrop. Lillicrop's brought down underneath the Bradford post. It's leaking at dummy half to Brambani. Brambani to Yates. Yates kicks ahead, looking for the support. And the Bulls will receive the penalty because the Batley kick chase defence of Smeaton and Tomlinson are inside the 10. Relief for John Keir and the Bulls. It's Bradford Bulls live on Pulse 2, and it remains Batley 6, Bradford 16.
Yeah, I think, like I said before, you know, the Batley players are looking for an answer, looking for someone to pick them up. James Brown's kind of been that man, talisman for him right now. But, you know, they're looking to their halfbacks, they're looking to Don Barbani, and they've just not got the answers. And, you know, they're coming up with wrong decisions over and over again. And I think the halfback partnership has really been the telling factor in this game. And who's been on top, the scoreboards come from, which halfback partnerships control the game more.
Steve Crossley to Lilly. Lilly to Evans. Evans evades Johnny Campbell. Can't get past Lewis Galbraith on this right-hand edge. And Connor Farrell is going to be brought down on his own 30-metre line. So just a bit of a half break there from Rhys Evans. Hallis caught on the shoulder. The Bulls supporters appealing for a penalty. Lilly plays to the whistle. Busting back on the field for a big stint in the final 7 minutes. And Callum Busting is going to be brought down on the last tackle. Lilly from the Batley 40-metre line just finds touch the right side of the corner post, and that will run time off the clock and turn the Bulldogs around. And now Matt Diskin on the far stand side is asking for urgency from his players to form the scrum and stop the clock, which it will be stopped at 6 minutes 52 seconds remaining. Ross, I'll ask you for the man of the match now. I think he needs no introduction. I think we've just seen him potentially find touch on this maidstand side.
Yeah, it's got to be Jordan Lilly. You know, the way he's controlled this game, his kicking game, you know, his application to defence, how he's put his body on the line, you know, how he's run at defenders. I think Jordan Lilly, yeah, been a welcome return this week, and he's been the telling factor in this scoreline. So, yeah, Jordan Lilly, my man of the match so far.
I've got a question to ask you at full time. Batley, via James Brown, looking for something here in the closing minutes. They trail by 2 tries and 10 points. Coming down the slope, it has been a Herculean effort in defence from John Keir's side. Leake, Brambani to Yates, out to Downs over on that right-hand edge. And Jack Downs is going to be brought down just shy of halfway on the last tackle for the Bulldogs. Brambani, clever kick in field. Dan Yates is looking to react the quickest, but Connor Farrell turned his body around, faced the ball, picks it up, and he's brought down by Brambani and Yates on his own 30-metre line. And Foggin Johnston now will alleviate the pressure and workload on the forwards as he sucks the Batley edge defence over towards the Glenn Tomlinson stand side. Ethan Ryan, tackle number 3. As we said, the sun's starting to set to our right. The floodlights have been on all game. Thankfully, the snow and sleet has stopped. As we said, the Mount Pleasant playing surface does resemble a snowy crusted mud heap, ankle deep mud, difficult for the players to get the traction here this afternoon. Ethan Ryan is caught high by Tom Lillicrop. The referee has a huge decision to make here. Jordan Lilly goes straight to the referee and says that has to be red. Ross?
Mate, it's ridiculous. Tom Lillicrop, you know, he's been a lad I've played with at Bradford from when we were young, and he's been looking for that high shot. He got Joey Webster off a tip, caught him late. You know, I think this is his third attempt at it, and he's absolutely killing someone out. And I think, like I said, the referee needs to take hold of it. He's been brushing these off, and then it causes this. You know, he's been letting him go in reckless, and he's been letting him hump for that head, and he's finally found it. And it's got to be a red because he's gone with no intention of taking no shoulder or nothing. He's just gone swinging down straight to the head. He's got to go.
The referee has got to the back pocket. The referee is going to send Batley down to 12 men. It was reckless. And Tom Lillicrop said to the sin bin, they'll be down to 12 men because there's only 5 minutes remaining. Ethan Ryan gets the all clear from the Bradford Bulls physio. But oh boy, Ross, there was just a lull in the atmosphere and you heard the slap.
Yeah, you heard the slap. You know, it's one of them dangerous contacts. Tom Lillicrop's a very big lad, and you know, when he's coming at speed like that, you know, he could cause some damage, and that were a real dangerous tackle. And I think because there's 5 minutes left, the referees kind of give a yellow card. But I think, you know, if he had someone about him, it would have been a red, you know, because it would deserve of a red. That
11 penalties apiece now at Mount Pleasant. Callum Bustin on tackle number 1. Allison out of dummy half to Steve Crossley. The Bulls can sense victory number 3 of the new season is just 5 minutes away. They're going to try and claim a 4th try here, you feel, as it goes from Wildy to Webster. And Webster on that left edge is brought down 10 metres out from that Batley line. They're going to go on the short-hand side from Wildy. And Wildy carries the Bulls inside the Batley 10, and the former Featherstone man will play the ball a metre out from the line. Hallis trying to wriggle his way over, do the George Flanagan, the Jimmy Lowe's, the Kieran Cunningham. He's held up on the last tackle. Back it goes to Wildy. Wildy's held up. He can't get the ball down, and that is as good a place as any to be held up on the last because Batley will have to play the ball deep inside their own half. Bradford Bulls Live, Pulse 2, Mick Liddell, Ross Peltier. It is Batley 6, Bradford 16. Ryan Oakes and Kirk for the Bulls. The response in this second half from the Bulldogs from Danny Yates. And Batley still believe with 4 minutes remaining they can get something out of this game despite being down to 12 men with Tom Lilliclop in the sin bin for a high tackle on Ethan Ryan. And it's going to be Keenan Tomlinson. 15 shy of halfway for the Bulldogs. Yates over on that right-hand edge towards Downs. Jack Downs is going to be brought down by Wilde. Ryan comes in as the second man. And they're going to now move it lateral. Centre field. Brambani to Brown. Brown can't get past Bustin. And Farrell comes in as well as the second man. And that's the last tackle. And once again, the Bulldogs, they're going to have to play the ball on the last tackle inside their own half, but they can't get there because James Brown has come up with the error. It's the last tackle. The referee will just say that will be a turnover in possession. And with 3 minutes remaining, Ross, I think we can say welcome back Ross Peltier, welcome back the W in the Bulls win column.
Listen, you know, on the RHP show, which is also on Pulse 2 on Wednesday, 6 till 7 if you want to listen. Now, we spoke about me being the good luck charm for the Bulls, and whenever I've not done radio, we've lost, and Damien Evans took over. And I've took the seat with you again, Mike. I've took the mic with you, and yeah, we've got a win. So I think it just goes to show that's true.
You had to get that in there, Ross. Well, let me tell you, Ross, you're coming on that train to Widnes next Sunday. I think we're leaving Bradford at 11:02, and we've got to change at Manchester Victoria. Damien, if you're listening, Ross has took your place on the press bench at Widnes. Bradford, though, from that play the ball, they're 30 metres out from the Batley line, just running down time. Oh, big collision there from Callum Bustin on Tyler Dickinson. Dickinson didn't like it, and he went for Bustin's legs, but Bustin just gets the quick play the ball in. Here goes Wilde to Lilly. Lilly to Evans. Evans headhunted there by Johnny Campbell, ball and all, and Campbell's forced the error from Evans, and Batley raced towards the rush, raced towards the scrum, and the referee will stop the clock. 2 minutes remaining. Batley have to score 2 tries. The impossible cannot happen.
These are the knock-ons that I don't understand that are given in that game. Reece Evans is on the floor with his head facing back to our goal line. The ball's spilt behind his head. How is that a knock-on? How can you ever give that as a fault? The ball's clearly gone backwards. It's either he's lost in trying to play the ball or you reset to play the ball. I don't know where he's got a knock-on from there, but you know, a minute left. You know, Batley are desperate to try and get some up.
We'll get the thoughts of John Keir in the press conference after the game. That'll be uploaded onto the Pulse 2 Matchday Live audio boom account. Batley from the scrum then. They're going to come looking for gold on this left-hand edge, but they're not getting past Jordan Lilly and Reece Evans. And let me tell you, every one of these players out there for both Batley and Bradford deserves that hot soaking bath come the 80th minute. We've got 60 seconds remaining here at Mount Pleasant, and the sun just comes from behind the clouds, and Batley just playing for a consolation score, you feel, as Brambani loses the ball. And here come the Bulls. Wilde picks it up and he's up to halfway. So the Bulls, a full set of 6 on the 0 tackle inside the Batley half. Are we about to see their first points of the second half? Because 37 seconds remaining. Hallis to Farrell. Farrell inside the Batley 30, brought down just outside the Batley 20-metre line, and Hallis goes behind Farrell in at dummy half, back in centre field towards Evans, who's coming from his wing position, and that is tackle number 3. 20 seconds remaining. Bradford 15 metres out in front of the post. Campbell brings down Farrell. 4th tackle gone. 15 seconds remaining. Bradford, it's going to be a 3rd win of the season in tough, difficult conditions. Hallis is wrapped up. 5 seconds remaining. It's the last tackle for the Bulls. Out of dummy half it'll go from Flanagan. Flanagan's held up, and the referee will say that will be Batley who will play the ball, and time has expired here. And the referee just has to sort a bit of schmozzle out because something's happened. with George Flanagan not releasing the ball after he was tackled, Ross, and the Batley players a little bit frustrated. So the referee stopped the clock, and we're now into added on time here at the end of this match. Batley 6, Bradford 16. The kick from Brambani sends Ethan Ryan chasing it. Keenan Tomlinson behind him. Ethan Ryan will pick the ball up, kick it into touch on the far stand side. The hooter sounds. That is full time here at Mount Pleasant. Batley Bulldogs 6, the Bradford Bulls 16. The Bulls return to winning ways, and John Keir was under no illusions that his Bradford Bulls side would face a desperate Batley team, and a desperate Batley team they did.